Hey everybody, how you doing? It's CJ. I thought I would talk today about, even though I just gave an update recently, I'm gonna update you yet again about things that I never thought I'd be able to do again that I found I can do. I'm on vacation this week. Yes, I know. I had a year of vacation before this, and then 3 months due to COVID, but I had time and had to use it, so I'm sitting at home doing nothing. Um, but while I'm on vacation, I decided to try a few old hobbies that I had to see whether I could do them or not. One of my favorite pastimes was smoking the occasional cigar. That is completely out because some fool doctor said I should quit smoking in front of my wife, and she made me quit smoking. So I only had the occasional one anyway, and I only miss it when I do some of my other hobbies and or I smell something, and I'm better off for it. I'm healthier for it. So that's off the table as far as that goes. I picked up drinking beer very soon after the strokes because I could do nothing else. So I kept that moderated so that it didn't become sad alcoholism, as it were. So I did do that before. What I didn't do, some of the things I've really enjoyed doing over the past couple of years, um, I wanted to try and do this week and see if I could. Earlier in the week, I went to a firing range to fire my pistols. I know the last time I did this was the morning of my second stroke, because I was out with a friend checking out a local range, trying to see how my aim was after the stroke. Very good, by the way. And that night I had the stroke. So I happen to know that for sure, as opposed to, hey, I think it was. So I went to a range earlier this week. It was the first time I've been there in a year and a half, roughly. And I did pretty well. I shot a couple hundred rounds. I shot with, both hands holding it the way that you're supposed to, and even did what I used to do as part of training, for home defense if ever I would need to and something happened. Can I shoot with each hand as it goes? So I could shoot with each hand singly, and they were all very much center mass, pretty accurate to what they needed to be. The funny thing, my injury was on my right side. That's the side that I have trouble with the thing still now and again, working on it, but it's not quite as strong as it used to be. So I fully expected my left side to be much more accurate. When I shot with just the right hand, it was a little shakier as it went around. When all was said and done, that was my more accurate hand. It swung around, but when I hit the trigger, I stopped the hand. So that was kind of cool to see. As it went, either way, it was all accurate enough, like I said, for center mass. So if somebody breaks into my home, they will be very unhappy. Um, the other thing that I wanted to do this week, and I planned to do it the day that I went to the firing range because I thought it would make me laugh to do two ranges at once, was I have been a golfer since I was about 18 years old. Not a good golfer. I basically chase little white balls around on a golf course. I'm the type of person that gets his money worth because he gets more strokes per dollar than people that are really good. Um, but I've improved my game over the last couple of years. I was becoming a half decent golfer before this happened. Um, I have a trainer that I tried swinging the clubs a couple times last year. Um, and I got a little pitch and putt thing recently, but I haven't used it much. So I thought I would go to a driving range and check it out. And lo and behold, I can hit the ball. I don't have the distance I used to have. It took me probably three quarters of the bucket to remember how to golf because I was just swinging away. And I went, oh, if I put this way and do that way, and the ball, the club comes to my belly button, etc., etc. So the cool thing was most of the shots actually went off the ground. Most of the shots actually went straight. A couple of wild ones, one way or the other, as they went, and a good bit of them went off the ground straight, and again, not near the distance that it used to be, but a generally accurate distance to what I was looking for. So I thought that was very cool. Um, I've been dancing. I started dancing between the strokes, and I've been dancing since a couple months after the second stroke. Um, I want to put together a video kind of to show you um, 6 months out versus about 9 months out, and the differences you'll see, because one of the things people always tell you is, 6 months from whatever the event was is about as good as you're going to get. Um, that's kind of why I thought to do this video. Today, something came up on my memories. I told you about doing a digital journal from last year, where I was a little more than a year and a half from one stroke, a little under a year and a half from the other stroke, and just thinking about how they said, 6 months is probably as good as you get. Not a year and a half, half a year. Um, and I just wanted to remind myself that I was not done advancing at that point. And I saw that today, and I thought about it, and I said, when I made that post, I couldn't do push-ups. I was struggling with 3 pounds to curl it. Um, I was walking with a cane most of the time, or my brace on my knee, or both, and taking small steps and walking very slowly, and a couple other things. And I wasn't driving. I wasn't working. And now I drive to work 5 days a week. I work 10-hour days. Drive home, still using the alternate gas pedals, but I'm working on attempting to not. I think I can pull it off. Um, I was doing curls the other day, arm curls with 15 pounds. Um, so, not where I was beforehand, but a long way away from the best you're ever going to be at 6 months. I do push-ups every night after I check my blood pressure. I do regular push-ups, and I do push-ups together. Years ago, I was on the wrestling team, and my coach used to have us do, regular push-ups and forward push-ups and hands together and one-arm push-ups and out in front and out behind, to hit different muscle groups. And of course, as a 14-year-old, I was like, what are we doing this for? But I think of it now and think, wow, that's a pretty good thing. I don't use anything to walk anymore. And I was at the gym today and on the treadmill, and was up to, I hit 5 miles an hour, but couldn't keep it up. But my average speed that I was on the treadmill for was 4.2. A year ago, I fell down trying to keep up at 1.7. So it's just because they tell you everybody only gets as good as 6 months out. It's because most people they're talking about just want to be able to go to the restroom, just want to be able to walk over to the counter and get something to eat, and they stop trying. So don't stop trying. Don't let it beat you. Always give yourself goals. Always keep moving forward. You want to have the attitude that you think this is as good as I can get. Come back and see me tomorrow and see how far I can get. Come back and see me next week and see what I can do. Surprise yourself every single day. Never be satisfied. So the only one of my hobbies I've yet to resume, and I haven't tried it yet, is ride my motorcycle. It's just getting into winter now, so I'm not really going to attempt it as it goes. I have a very heavy motorcycle, but I'm thinking next spring I should be able to ride it again. So that's a goal that's out there for me. I want to be able to ride my motorcycle. So that's the kind of stuff you've got to get yourself to do. So I want to give everybody an update that things I thought, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. What kind of things am I going to do are now attainable again or doable? Are they as good as they were before? Meh. I wasn't much of a golfer anyway. Not far off from where I was. So I resumed being a crappy golfer. Hopefully, I can make that better. I shot my gun the other day and I was pretty good with it. So don't think you're never going to be able to do something again. Figure out what you need to do to resume the things that you used to do. Find something new that you couldn't do before and do it now. So don't think your hobbies are done with. They've just changed or they've been put off for a little while. But there is hope out there because hope and hard work equals healing. So I want everybody to mash all the buttons so you like and subscribe and ring the bell and just start pushing buttons and see what it does. Share this with anybody you know that's going through something that needs to see that hope and hard work equals healing. Get the message out there. Get more people to watch. Get more people to get out of that funk and go, okay, I'm going to do it. So thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.